Alright. So, yet again I'm waiting for my hair to dry, so I'm playing this. Secretly, I'm playing this before I record the onboard segment of Act 4, but you won't know that until you watch this, and, well, it doesn't really matter, I already know what happens. So, moving on. Un pueblo de nada. Unlike the last one, this one is, I think, pretty writing heavy. Writing heavy, reading heavy. Maybe I am tired. No, I still want to get through this. I'm not late, am I? This must be our guest. Emily. Oh, hi. You must be, Oh, sorry. I'm Maya. Right, the traveling artist. Welcome. I'm Emily. I, work here. Great. Rita says you're the producer. Oh, did she? I guess so. I do a little bit of everything. Yeah, I know the feeling. You weren't around earlier at the lunch thing? No, I don't live in town. I just come in to work on the station. Really? That's quite a hike, isn't it? I know some shortcuts. Oh, okay. I should make sure she's comfortable. So, do you... No, I'm fine, thanks. I'll just find somewhere to perch until you folks are ready. I've got to let that digest, mentally. I mean, well, and it was a big lunch. But I spent most of the afternoon examining the mounds. Oh, the burial mounds? Yeah, that's why I came down here, to see them up close and make some sketches. They're amazing, right? They make me uncomfortable, to be honest. It seems kind of weird to build a town in a graveyard. Sure, every town has a graveyard, but usually the town comes first. Okay, I'll check if Rita's ready. You can just hang out back here somewhere. We'll let you know when it's time to come on set. Great, thanks for having me. You too, I mean, you know what I mean. Why am I so awkward with visitors here? Just used to seeing the same 12 people day in and day out, I guess. New weird interaction thing. Looks like the ceiling is holding up okay, just the usual leaks. Looks like I just made it before the sky broke open. If it gets any worse, we might be stuck in town tonight. At least the floor is staying dry, and left boot has a hole. I don't know what was that. That was about Ben and Bob working on a project. Ben and Bob, from left to right, working on bear anatomy and Ninja Turtle pixel art. We found that radio in the woods a week or two ago. I cleaned the circuits with rubbing alcohol and left it in the sun. Seemed like it was working okay again, so why are we taking it apart? I hope the neighbors are okay. Copy it right. Miss you, Cross-Eye. Let's wait a second before we start the show proper. Alright, Cyrano's here to help with the weather report. That should be cool. Elmo gets a lot more into it when he has some noise to vibe on. The video databank. Used to be on the other side of the room, and the couch was in this corner. We moved it here where the ceiling is least leaky. It's further from the windows too, so sunlight doesn't bleach the labels. So much of archiving is just playing hide and seek with weather. Slow-Mo Crow, keeping an eye on the control board. Keep up the good work, Mo. Awesome. Oh, James left a patch wired up on the image processor. Nice. Maybe there'll be time to play with it after the show. Well, I think that's everything for now. Just one more look. Remember these old projectors? And you'd write on them with the whiteboard marker. Time to start the show. Emily. Okay, ready when you are. Rita. How does it look outside? Gross. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. Saturn is in retrograde. What does that even mean? Yep, says Emily. Think it'll let up, says Rita. I guess we'll see what Elmo says. My poor tomatoes. Okay, in 3, 2... Hi, it's Rita. This is your evening broadcast, 8192. Wow, it's really raining out there. Damn, I can hear it from here. We have a few leaks. Put some pots and bowls underneath them. Thanks, Ron, for lending us your extra pots and bowls. I hope you had a good day, despite the weather, although it really was nice earlier, right? I had a good day today. I met a new friend. She's going to join us in about a minute or so. Maybe you saw her earlier around lunch, or if you didn't meet her, then you'll meet her in a minute. Or if you met her already, but you still want to hang out, I'm sure there's plenty that we can talk about. Wow, so this 8192, is that right, Emily? By the way, just this little thing here, WEVP TV is also a website, wevp.tv, and there's a live action sort of, well, not a recreation, sort of a, I don't know, it's similar. I would look it up, watch the video, it's interesting, and it's probably worth seeing as supplementary content to the game, since so much of this game is already about sort of different classical medias. Public broadcast television, I'd say, is an important part of it. What is she talking about? Rita, to camera. That's a lot of broadcasts. I came in around the 5s, so I've only been around for half of them. And back then, in the 5s, let's see, I did Night Noise, and we had Swap Show, and the Bird Show, and people were just coming in and dropping off tapes all the time, and now, well, now it's just the evening broadcast. But it's not like, I'm not saying we're in decline or anything like that. I love the evening broadcast. I think it was just the first show we had on here. It was the first show not produced by the power company. Emily, it was the first community show, yeah. Those empty humming shots of trees and glowing-eyed animals. Or that, it was just security footage from the woods. And back to Rita. Yeah, so it's the spine of the station. Or maybe it's the heart. Or is it the skin? What part of the WEVP body do you think this is? Why don't you come on by and tell us about it? We're going to be here for another 30 minutes or so. Or if you don't want to brave the storm, you can always give us a call. Same number as always, 270-216-5556. Might be important to write this down. I might go and revisit. I don't think you can actually call this number on the previous segment with the telephone. But it might be worth writing down and looking back after this. 16. Maybe it's a real phone number, just like the other one. Okay, so we're going to start with a tape. This is an old one. It's one of mine, but maybe you haven't seen it. Or if you've seen it, it's been a while, so maybe you've forgotten. Ron whispering, shit. Emily whispering, what? Ron, she asked me to queue up her tape. In Pueblo de Nada. Emily, where is it? Ron, I don't know. Probably still shelved, they'll find it, says Emily. Ron suddenly mouths a, thank you. Rita's tape should be on the shelf back here. Emily scans the shelf of videotapes. Oh, what's this? Emily pulls out an unlabeled tape. To herself, absently, says Emily. Impossible to say. Not much tape in there, though. Old bumpers? Louder, for others' benefit. Someone should cut them in here and label all these. Should put this all in chronological order. Although I guess it's hard to remember sometimes the order of things, and some of these tapes were made at the same time, or we started one video and then started another in the middle and then came back later and time is out of joint. It's like sweeping a beach. Wait a minute. Ralph borrowed it for his screening, so it's probably with the others he returned. Here, Aunt Connie reframed, bare waste studies, death of an airfield, and Pueblo de nada. Aha! What would you all do without me? Cue up Rita's tape now. Willie, here you go, Mo. Hold off on playing this until Rita's done setting it up. Thanks, babe. Haven't started the weather yet. Some things are going okay. Ready when you are, Rita. Rita, some people that lived here a long time ago, before the company town, before the airstrip, like over 100 years ago. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it. Rita, timely. Ready, Emily? The sign isn't getting wet. Sherry just repainted it. I wonder what Maya thinks of the dark. This is cool. Have you seen it before? Is she being genuine right now? Just making small talk? Honestly, it makes me kind of sleepy, says Emily. I know what you mean. I used to date a filmmaker. He worked in a similar style, slideshow gothic. He did stuff for the History Channel, like really dry shows about war, the banality of the trenches. It's not a bad way to learn about history, though. She did a lot of research for this tape. People of nothing. We still have a few of those worn-out notebooks they left. Guess that guy from the university took the rest. What did he say he was working on? Oh, right. The Archive of Utopian Thought. Some big preservation project, I guess. So now the people of nothing are on a shelf somewhere, and here on this tape. It is history, right? Or is it just a story? It seems kind of sad now. I guess it's kind of a memorial. Those are always sad. A memorial to the people who used to live here. Or is there a difference? Is mine? Although, now the tape is just here on a shelf. Every once in a while we dust it off and it shuffles around the airwaves again like an old dog. Sorry, did I say something wrong? Emily, oh, no. I'm sorry, I just have some weird shit going on in my head tonight. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, sure, it's okay. Sorry I spaced out. Don't worry about it. You should... Oh, should I go sit? Yeah, it's almost over. Back to the show. Next up is Maya's interview. Rita to Maya. So where are you staying tonight? Here in town. Oh, good. Yeah. Even before the storm came in, I thought it'd be nice to get some rest before the long hike back to the highway. Ron offered his loft? What? He said I could sleep in his loft. Oh, honey, he's talking about his barn. Ron, nobody wants to sleep in your barn. Ron shrugs. It's not haunted, says Ron. Hauntings aside, it's not a very comfortable barn. I mean, I can sleep anywhere, but I think the last time Bob slept in there, he needed a tetanus shot after. But that's Bob. He's a hypochondriac. I'm not sure he even really needed it. Rita, you'll stay at my place. Oh, thanks. That storm coming. I should probably find somewhere to stay out here tonight. Well, I guess the loft is free, if I dare. Rita, did you need anything? Actually, do you have an extra toothbrush? It'd be nice to sleep under the stars. I think I do, actually, yeah. Oh my god, I've been in the woods, you know? Smile. Right. I actually used a twig this morning. I kind of chewed up one end. No stars tonight, though. I've done that, says Rita. Maya. Really, I'm disappointed. I thought I invented it. Even better, you can chew on some pine needles. It really freshens your breath. I mean, it's not perfect. Oh, that's roughing it. Just close your eyes and pretend, I guess. Right, exactly. And even then, it's just not the same as real toothpaste. What the hell are they talking about? Emily waves to Rita. Rita to camera. Oh, okay. Hi, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, that was from, like, several years old. I can't remember exactly. I enjoyed it very much, said Maya. Rita. Oh, thank you, Maya. Emily whispering to Ron. What's next? Ron. I brought in a tape. Emily. Oh, okay, you good? All queued up. I'm gonna check on the boys. What the hell are they doing? Ben and Bob are seated on the couch, poking at the electronic innards of a radio. And so, then it won't mute while it scans between stations. Okay, because that's where they live, right? And, no, you just want that constant static noise. Right, the noise, that's where they live. They don't live anywhere, dude, they're ghosts. Okay, what does it matter where you tune the radio? It's like soil in your garden, you need rich soil, right? Mashed up rotted leaves and stuff like compost. Emily. Oh, hey, Em, how's the show? Ben. Something stuck in his beard. Emily. Oh, you know. It's a piece of food? Sandwich meat? Ben. Pretty good progress on the ghost box. It's not okay to have meat in your beard. Ben scans constantly. I hope nobody tells him. Ben, and play it back later. Bob to Ben. Hey, you've got something in your beard. No, says Ben. The radio crackles as it scans rapidly across the spectrum. Snippets of voices mix with colored noise and unfamiliar interference patterns. Did you hear that? That was definitely a voice from beyond the grave. Sounded like, I clearly heard dogwood in there. Yeah, kinda. Sounded more like frogwood to me. Man, what the hell is frogwood? Man, I don't know what? I don't tell the ghosts what to say. Man, did you hear that, Emily? Must have been dogwood. Dogwood, of course. Man, I guess it doesn't matter. The ghost voices don't really come out until you play back the recording later. They only exist in recordings, says Ben. Bob. Well, like a copy without an original. A mirror reflecting something that isn't in the room. Mirror. Emily. Like the mounds. Bob. The burial mounds here in town? You think they're haunted? Emily. No, or sure, probably, but I meant they're like the reflection. The people who made them lived hundreds of years ago. That whole society is long gone, and now we just have these lingering echoes without any trace of context. Ben. Yeah, that is kind of eerie. Bob. So the ghosts speak, and we can't hear it, but the tape recorder can hear it. Is that right? Ben. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's more like a recording itself is a ghost. Like, that's what ghosts are, recordings of events that didn't happen. And something keeps leaving new marks even after it's gone, false memories. This is not sustainable. Roof is leaking. Bowls on the floor quickly. The bowls on the floor are getting full pretty quickly. I don't know what's going on here. I hope somebody's planning to empty these. Somebody else. James has been working on this circuit diagram for a while now. The diagram has been up on the chalkboard for at least a couple months. It's a schematic for some essential component in the image processor. Nobody understands it but James. That's the point. He's trying to clean it up and simplify it a bit. He'll publish the simplified diagram and everyone can build an image processor. Meanwhile, it's like hieroglyphs in here. Whoops. The schematic seems to get more eerie the longer James is away. He understands it, which keeps it tethered to the realm of the human. Otherwise, it might as well be lichen. The oscilloscope. I love the oscilloscope. You can plug any signal in here and it shows up on the screen. Sound waves, video signals, even just a weak electrical signal with no other purchase on the senses. You can inspect electronic sounds that are usually too low frequency to detect. Sometimes it takes little tuning. James uses this to show me the guest in our wiring here in town. There's a low hum, barely even a hum because it's too slow to be audible. A slow, gentle oscillation that offsets every other electric signal in town. James hasn't been able to figure out what causes the hum, but it's okay. It's too subtle to cause any real problems for us. It's just there. It's Ron's big moment. Rita, so... Okay, Ron, anything you want to tell us about that tape? Ron, everything on that tape was wild. Rita, really? Everything? Maya, wild stuff indeed. Rita, even the horses? Ron, everything on that tape was wild. Planes used to leave these thick black marks on the runway at our little airstrip. I guess it was from coming in so fast on such a short runway. Maybe cheap tires, I don't really know. Maya, were the horses wild? I thought those were the horses here. Rita, oh, the neighbors? We call the horses here the neighbors. No, I didn't recognize that one. Rita, I don't think there are any wild horses anymore. Maya, really? How could that be? Rita, oh, well, they've all been domesticated. Are the neighbors domesticated? Rita, we don't own them. No, they're, feral? The tracks would bleach out in the sun, but then the next time it rained, they'd appear again as oily after images on the runway. Now it's been decades since anyone has landed here, but those marks still come out when it rains. Maya, oh, right. In your documentary, you said that the people who used to live here had freed their horses. Rita, exactly, but you can free your pet cat, but it won't turn back into a panther. Maya, right. That's a kind of haunting, a kind of ghost, like Ben was saying. Everything is a ghost around here these days. It's a ghost town with people still living in it, against all reason. Despite all the pain in this town's history. The Pueblo did not have vanished. The airstrip went bankrupt. The company town buckled under guilt and exploitation. Even the first people here, all we have left of them is their graves. What about the dogs? Rita, yeah, Ron. Was the dog wild? Ron, everything on that tape was wild. I just hope our ending isn't so dramatic. Maybe we can just decline peacefully into irrelevance, and then one day stop, completely unnoticed. That sounds nice. Rita, it didn't look wild to me. I guess it's a matter of perspective. Rita, I'm not sure I agree, but now it's time for the weather. Rita, thanks again, Ron. We're hanging on long past our expiration date. Rita, well, the weather should be pretty wild. I can hear it for myself right now. Yeah, getting pretty intense out there. Do you get storms like this a lot? Rita, more and more. Well, right, of course. And then, of course, there's the actual ghost. Rita, alright, here's Elmo with the weather report, and lucky us, we also have Sierra Nicole, who stopped by to add some drama. Musically, I hear he's going to be at the Rum Colony later tonight if you need a cocktail after the show. So let's let's go live to Elmo for the weather report. Oh, is Elmo ready? Should make sure the camera's pointed in the right direction. Good. Standing water on the floor and a hole in my boot. Cool, my socks are getting wet. I'd love to have wet socks. Looks like the ceiling panels are swelling a little. Is it really happening? Are we about to get drenched? I'd say. This is the radio's working. Kind of. Give it a minute. Looks like the weather's working. Elmo and Cyrano are killing this weather report. Emily whispering, "Hey." Emily whispering, "Hey." This is so trippy. How did he work out these ratios of oil, water, and dyes? It seems so precise the way he drips them in, one little half drop at a time. Roofs are leaking all over town. Must have been a lot of trial and error, just staring at a circle of light on the wall, drip, drip, drip. Emily, where do you get your supplies, Elmo? Ben has a guy in, says Emily. Oh, wait, you mean the projection stuff? I mail-ordered these candle dyes. The other stuff is just mineral oil, like you can get at the drugstore. The projector, someone just left it here, man. Incredible. Actually, it was that girl who does the pirate video stuff, you know, jamming our signal. That'd be Weaver. Emily, Weaver. Yeah, a resident ghost. Ghost, huh? Really thinks she's dead. Does it matter? Maybe not. Emily, I guess you're right. A ghost is just an absent person, whether they're dead or not. Drowned quarter folks head to the... Who knows what that says? That's what I think. Hey, you think she'll get us tonight? It's about time, right? He's right, we're about due. Now, if you remember, when WEVP TV went down, as we learned in a previous act here, the last thing on the broadcast was Weaver. So, do expect that. Plus, Saturn's in retrograde. So I hear, says Emily. Not unless she keeps a strict schedule, but it's never longer than a month or two between... What does Mimi call them? I know they're bad for the general vibe around here, but can I be honest? Emily nods and mock gravity. I kind of like it when she busts in and takes over our signal. It's like a log falling on the road. Reminds you that this is all used to be the trees. Interventions, that's what Mimi calls it. Been going on for a couple of years now. Her performances were cool, though. Emily, I never saw her perform, but I heard about it. Oh, yeah, I saw her do it a few times. I was into it. The first time she jammed our signal and showed up in our broadcast, I didn't know who she was. She'd already disappeared when I came in and took over her old job. Emily, she did lectures, right? Yeah, you could say that. I thought of them as storytelling sessions. She talked for hours and shuffled through slide after slide of shapes, numbers, weird constellations. Who knows what any of it meant? Everyone was so excited and confused and scared a little, on the defensive. They still are. Emily, and this was her projector. Emily, right. I don't know where she got it, though. It still works really well. I got a spare bulb at a resale shop, but I haven't had to use it yet. It's strange. I never think of what she's doing as hostile, really. Sounds like Elmo has the same impression. Emily, what happened to the rest of her stuff? Elmo, I bet her slides are still here in the studio. Maybe with the posters? Jerry has all Weaver's old notebooks, I know that. She keeps them in her archive, you know, the big blue filing cabinet. With the daisies painted on. Says Emily. Elmo. Yeah, anyway, the really hard part to find is these two pieces of glass. They have to be paired very precisely. I had to get these from the clock store over in Glasgow. That's where they come from, clock faces. Emily, thanks for the tips, dude. Anytime, dude, says Emily. Strange podcast. And it looks like we're back on. Back to you, Rita. Rita. Thanks, Elmo and Cyrano. So next we have a selection from the video data bank. You're gonna like this one, Maya. This one's about caves. Maya. Ooh. Rita. Yeah, local caves. We used to play this one a lot. It's pretty cool. Telephone rings. Rita. Oh, but we have a phone call. Should we get it now or should we wait? We'll get it now, okay. Rita presses the button on the telephone next to her. Rita. Hello, WVP. Geoff, on. Hope you all packed a lunch. Sounds like this is going to be a long one. It should be okay if I wander around a bit.
So
this guy on about?
And they just gave me this look because they said, Bubbles, it's me, Jeff, with a G. So there's that, and then there's like, I like walking so much too during the day because there wasn't that much to do. Like, because I wait for your show. Between calling in, I go for walks when I'm not watching the raccoons. Once I was out, I saw this shining, like in this grass, and then I kept going, and I was like, oh, there's something twinkling. And I dug through these bushes, one of which was unfortunately was poison.
He's asleep.
I can read your mind. And it's this glass, I think they used to call them baubles. It's not a bubble, it's a glass thing. I can't figure out what it is. It's still got some dirt on it. Because I'm having trouble with my water. I don't know if you like it. It was double paying my consolidated power bill and not paying my water bill. I don't know why they can't just combine those things. But so I'm having trouble with
Agreed.
my water.
Why can't the utilities be on the same thing?
I can't wash it off. I think it was I'm gonna bring it down to the stream.
Hey, babe. Emily. Hey, babe. Slow-mo crow. A snap and then a chitter. Did you know, Weaver? Slow-mo crow. A few cows. Oh, a few caws and a caw. Really? Did you ever see her lectures? Chitters. Sounds amazing. I would have liked to see that. Make her sound so normal. Talk to anyone else and it's like she had a second head. One of our little mysteries, like the out-of-towner. A single enigmatic coup. Really? Did you know him well? A couple caws and then a pause as if more are coming, but they never do. Wow, I had no idea. Whistles. It was terrible what happened to him. A single reassuring chitter. Right. Justice, someday. What a waste. Sad. Well, have fun. I'm gonna see if Joff is done. Geoff. A chitter and a caw. No leaks back here just yet. The tapes are safe for the moment. I have a bad feeling the situation won't last. Soon I'll be scrounging for a tarp to protect the video data bank. That bodes ill. The couch is getting a little damp, but Ben and Bob don't seem to mind. They'll be too wrapped up in their project. Bob has some theories about Weaver's broadcasts. He was considering how she might be tapping into our wires here in town. He built a model, like a proof of concept. This big metal box he could wire up and use to take over our signal. It actually worked. But the thing needed too much power to run. Even a car battery could only keep it going for a few seconds. Weaver's broadcast just loops and loops, sometimes for hours. Consolidated Power doesn't pay any attention to this town anymore. They still have us on a strict energy budget. There's no way she plugged it to the grid. So Emily says, "Oh my god, he's still going." Joff. I think we have plenty of water. Because zero always has an effect. Oh shit, the line's dead. The phone lines are such a mess up here. Rita, hello? Was that the storm, or was it the damn phone lines? And they're really flaky. Business as usual. He has a really soothing voice. Rita, that's Joff. He's a regular caller. He's asleep. This is Rita. Maya indicates Ron, who has fallen asleep in his chair. Oh, well, let's let him sleep. Okay, well, let's play the tape. This is cave art. It's a classic around here. I'm excited. Looks like Mo's got this one all queued up. Way to go, Mo. Should make small talk. And so, what did you think of the burial mounds? So, if Weaver is a ghost by some agreed upon definition and mechanics, that means WEVP-TV is haunted. Should we be doing something about that? Beautiful. I've seen some very similar ones up in Ohio, actually. Oh, really? Aren't you supposed to, like, have an exorcism or something? I mean, you can't just leave your place haunted. That'd be negligence. Yeah, or worn away by weather, but it's remarkable how... Uh-huh, says Emily. I'd miss her, though. Could be even older. I can't believe that, says Emily. I guess there are good ghosts and bad ghosts, like spiders. Good in the garden, bad in the shower. Maya, but I think it's important to keep them in the ground, you know? Oh, definitely, says Emily. A loud crashing noise from outside wakes Ron up. Ron, what the hell? Maya, what was that? Ron, I'll check it out. Maya, yikes, should we go get help? What, shouldn't we go help? Rita, oh no, oh, the tape is over. What did you think? Maya, that was great. Rita, yeah, I like that one. I kind of... Maya, that sounded pretty close. Rita, oh no, is the power out or just the lights? Emily, I don't know, I'll take a look. Maybe a fuse blew on a relay or something. Some scared rat chewed a wire. Rita, abandoned ship! Just kidding. Guess I'll take a look around and see if something's smoking. The little town must seem even more romantic now, huh? If it survives the night. We should call... No, the phones are definitely dead now. I guess it's up to me to figure out what's going on here. Is that a... No, of course not. Lightning flashes in the dark make it look like a slideshow out there. A summer vacation in a ghost town. They're still picking away at their project in the dark as the storm bears down on us. So what else is new? This whole town just whistling along on its way to the grave. Poor thing, she's soaked. Nikki, are you having trouble with... Oh, I spoke too soon. I thought your power was out. Yeah, it just came back on. Weird. Good, though. Emily, we made it, in this storm. And Nikki, oh, I'd never miss the evening broadcast. To be honest, it's the only time I get to share my work. I wonder how many people even tune in at this point. Is she just reading her poetry to us here in the studio? Emily, sure, of course. That's great. What happened with the power? That was weird, right? The power? Oh, it seems like a normal kind of thing to happen in a storm. Yeah, you're right. I just have an eerie feeling tonight. Well, you know, Saturn's in retrograde, right? It sure is. Well, ready to go? Ready. Saturn's in retrograde. Okay, the ceiling's falling apart. Doesn't bode well for the roof. Some of the studio wiring is in puddles now. That's dangerous, right? Nobody else seems concerned about it. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. Now we enter the cultural section of tonight's program. Rita, did you fix it? Emily, just came back on its own. It'll take just a second for the equipment to warm back up and we'll be on the air again. Rita, to Nikki, spooky! Nikki, it's a disaster out there. The neighbor's barn is basically underwater. Rita, wow, so just completely... Yeah, just completely flooded. I passed Ron on the way in. He's gonna take a look and see if there's anything he can do. Maya, will they be okay? Ron knows what he's doing. He used to be a firefighter. It's a little bit different though, right? I guess, says Nikki. Nikki hands some wet paper towels to Rita. Nikki, oh, thanks. Nikki pulls a journal out of her jacket pocket. I brought my work. Oh, good, says Rita. To Maya. Nikki reads her poetry. It's a weekly feature of our broadcast. Maya, oh, great. I look forward to hearing it. Rita, yeah, I just hope that we can keep going. We lost power a little while before, right? Nikki, better get started then. Nikki, to the camera, reading. To the out-of-towner. What eagle flew you to your final bed? It was not men who brought you there to sleep, the men who left you bloodied then and fled, that chosen mud and muddy-watered creek. Did wild turkeys gobble, dote, and care, and wipe the moss beneath your eyelids clear? Did cardinals pull the twigs out from your hair, and wash your hands and feet, and trim your beard? When wood ducks dressed you in your resting gown, and pigeons fashioned shoes from leaves and bark, who then sewed flowers into a burial crown? The one who made your headdress was a hawk. The men who broke your body, where were they? The vultures stayed home on your funeral day. Then yelling, Emily, look at the monitor! I'm like, dude, be quiet, we're live right now. Then, no, we're not, look. That's not a broadcast. Damn, there she is, Elmo was right. What's wrong? I'm like, it's her, Weaver. Oh, really? Tonight? Sorry about this, Maya. What's going on? The local prankster. She jams a signal every once in a while. Whenever the stars align. Prankster? Boy, I'd lose. Damn, so what do you do about it? Just wait until she's done. We've never been able to stop her from jamming us. We don't even know how she does it. We should be back on in a minute, though. Don't worry. By chance. And that's the end of Un Pueblo de Nada. Un Pueblo de Nada. So, I still have to go and do the second run of Act 4, but tune in next time for Act 5.